Good afternoon and happy St. Patrick's Day. My name is Kiva and I work at Naples Botanical Garden in the education department. And today I'm going to show you how you can garden at home if you're under quarantine. Today I'm going to be showing you how to mount an orchid in a tree. So you'll need an orchid to start off with. That'd be good to have. And then you'll also need something to affix the orchid to the tree with. So the medium that I'll be using today is coated wire. So it's bendy enough that I can kind of make it the shape that I want, but also kind of is a little bit more hands-off with the orchid so it doesn't cause damage. You can use twine or cotton thread. You can also use zip ties. It's just really important when you're tying on your orchid that you're tying it on securely enough but not too hard so as to not damage the actual orchid itself. So today my orchid is blooming. Which is exciting. This guy has bloomed 3 times and I got him at the burger shop in the garden at Naples Botanical Garden, so very happy. And today we're going to be giving this orchid a new home on my plumeria in my backyard. So first I'm going to take the orchid out of the pot, and it's got some sphagnum moss down here, so I'm just going to pull them out gently, dump that out, and then I'm going to crumble the sphagnum moss to get rid of it, making sure not to damage those roots because those are very, very fragile. So once I have all of that off, I'll bring them over here so you can see. So you're still going to have little bits and pieces hanging off of it, which is fine. Those will eventually dry off. But you will have to take extra care with these orchids if you're about to mount them. They're used to being in a container, so they're getting a lot more moisture. So when you do mount them onto a tree, they're getting a lot more exposure, maybe less moisture, so you might have to take care of them a little bit more closely in the first few weeks of their care up there. So I'm going to go ahead and find a spot on my tree, and you guys are going to come see what happens next. Okay, so I have my orchid. All the sphagnum moss is gone, so I just have those roots exposed now. And I have my plumeria, or commonly known as frangipani, tree right here with a nice little Y shape who's ready for this orchid. So I'm going to place the orchid right over here, keeping those roots dangling down, kind of almost spreading them so that they get the most opportunity to sort of grow from there. It's also important to make sure that the crown of your orchid is tilted a little bit outward instead straight up. That way water won't collect in it and then cause it to rot from the inside. So once you have a nice little spot for it, you're going to go ahead and take your twine and wrap it around. You can go over the leaves, it's okay. It's a little bit less aesthetically pleasing, but as long as you're getting it securely in there, that's just the most important part. So I'm going to wrap it around. It's kind of loosely hanging right now. Usually it's good to have a few pieces of twine so you can really get in there and make sure it stays. So I'm going to wrap these around, tie them together, and I'll probably do another one as well. So I have my other piece here. Take it and I'll go around this way. Just tie that guy down like that. So as you can see, he still kind of wiggles and moves, but he's not completely strapped to the tree, just tight enough so that he can have a nice new home. So this one will hang out here. As I mentioned before, if you're taking it out of something that's been potted, you might want to take a little bit more care and attention for it so that it's getting the proper nutrients and water that it needs. But this is really fun. I'm going to show you a few other orchids and epiphytes that I actually have mounted in this tree.